Maternity and birth and how we come into this world is the story of all of us, right? We are all here. We were all born.
It can feel like there are all of these disparate, sometimes adversarial factions in the birth community. You know, it's parents and doulas and doctors, and sometimes there's this us and them mentality, and that doesn't serve families at all.
Whenever I brought my birth plan in at 30 weeks, I told my obstetrician, you know, this is how I want it to go down. He balled up my birth plan in front of me and he threw it in the trash.
And she blatantly laughed at me and told me that a birth plan was a waste of time.
My birth plan had become like a punchline in their joke.
In some communities, birth plans are welcomed with open arms, but in other communities, you might actually even receive a hostile reaction to bringing in a birth plan because what you're asking for is an exception to the routine.
They have different lenses on, right? The provider, this provider versus this provider versus this provider versus this consumer and this consumer. We all look at the same thing with different lenses. So if you can create a common language that allows those lenses to see each other, that would be really effective. It would be really wonderful.
It really opens the door when that birth plan evolves into something that's more of a communication tool.
So if we can provide a platform where everybody realizes that, you know, we're just circling the care around the family, we're going to have better outcomes. Motherboard is a parent education platform that helps parents figure out what's most important to them during their birth experience, and then helps them turn that into a communication tool to share with their birth team.
I think Motherboard's going to be a game changer because it really brings education, communication, and collaboration all together. So that instead of lining up from top to bottom and parents trying to say, hey, can you listen to my birth plan, please? Instead, it will be like everybody is aware of the birth plan, so it creates a very team-oriented atmosphere.
It's all about accessibility. And something like Motherboard, everybody can get access to. They just have to know about it. They just have to learn that it exists, and it will be utilized.
It also provides an opportunity for people to become educated about different things that can happen in birth. And I think that's important because it reduces fear, which is critical for making birth efficient.
While educating and empowering families is a necessary first step, if we don't bring care providers into that process, it's not going to matter. We need to be sure that we're communicating in ways that birth teams can actually absorb, and that's where we need your help. Our next phase of development builds integrations between you, your care provider, and your place of birth, so your preferences are easily accessible to your birth team when you check in labor.
They're going to be better equipped to have the conversations with a birth team to facilitate the birth that the family is hoping for.
Building a tool like this is very expensive. Your valuable contribution will cover everything from outreach to hospitals to content creation and review to make sure our information is up to date.
You will always fit into the Motherboard system, right? You fit yourself in. But everybody fits in differently, right? And there's allowance for that, and that's great.
With your help, Motherboard will have a profound impact on how families grow. You are building real, lasting change for birthing families, building healthier communities and a healthier world.